Mm. All right, we got kickoff in a half hour for the national championship college game. Let's see if we can bang out some lineups before then. Tyreek Hill, Pat Mahomes, Tua Tagliabove Genova. Nothing better when it doesn't move. Rashi Rice. Doo-doo. Devin Ashane. Raheem Mostert. Travis Kelsey. Wow. Ever thought you'd live to see the day of Kelsey with this far down the list? Usually he's in that top six. He's not in the top six. He's not in the cheat code hand. Isaiah Pacheco. Jalen Waddle. Let's come down from Mr. Gabbert. Down to Harrison Butker. Jason Saunders. Cedric Wilson, Jr. Do you just keep your computer on too damn long? It starts to click slower. Justin Watson. The Chiefs D. Richie James Jr. The Dolphins D. Not Blaine fucking Gabbert. Dolphins D. Kadarius Toney. Really, this guy was just born with a fucking questionable tag on his ass. Durham Smythe. Braxton Berrios. I was at that game yesterday. He didn't do shit. And finalmente, possible captains, Jeff Wilson Jr. All right, here we go. We'll start with Hill, down to the bottom, work our way all the way back to the top. Tyreek Hill turned 13 targets into 7 receptions for 82 yards and a touchdown in Sunday's loss to Buffalo. Hill suited up for the Dolphins' final game of the regular season after dealing with both physical and personal issues during the practice week. The small frame receiver with big speed did his thing on the field, dominating the target sans Jalen Waddle en route to a strong fantasy performance. Hill wraps up another monster fantasy campaign with 119 receptions for a league-leading 1799 receiving yards while finishing in a tie with Tampa Bay's Mike Evans with 13 receiving touchdowns over 16 games. Hill's 2023 campaign will continue in wild card round with a road matchup against the Chiefs next Saturday. Waddle is on the board. All the way down. The best top card in the deck is Mr. Hill. Can we finish reading all this shit by the time kickoff? Old news on Mr. Sky Moore. Old news on Salvin Ahmed. Old news on McKinnon. Froft. Bonner. Old news. Matt the Bushman. The Raging Bushman. Winchester. Braylon Saunders. Anthony Schwartz. Off. Freddie Swain. Cornell Powell. Denrick Prince. Nobody here grabbing me to be at the bottom of the deck here. Caught one pass versus Buffalo. Good for you, Mr. Hill. Blake the Snake Bell. He was in the game-winning lineup week 1. Hasn't done shit since. Justin Ross. Questionable to return to Sunday's game against the Chargers. Ross sustained the hamstring injury late in the third quarter. He had 2 catches on 4 targets for 17 yards before leaving Sunday's game. Well, fuck him. Old news. 26 minutes to kick off. Old news. Claypool, you were no Trent Sherfield last night, were you? Piece of shit, you. Keontae Ingram. Reverted to the practice squad Monday. Ingram was called up for the Chiefs with Isaiah Pacheco and Clyde Edwards-Helaire listed as questionable ahead of Week 17. Although Edwards-Helaire didn't end up playing, Pacheco was able to suit up in the team. No, this is all fucking news. Old news. Disregard. Do not include in the case. If I go out and get this guy weed, I guess I can get some Krispy Kreme donuts for myself. Marquise Valdez scumbag. See, again, this is the Cincinnati game. This is old fucking news, and he sucks my asshole. I'm not putting that guy in any lineups anymore. If he breaks the slate, good for him. God bless him. Again, this is all Bengals reports. They didn't play anybody in the last week, so we're not going to get too much intel. LaMichael Piron rushed the ball 21 times for 76 yards in Sunday's win over the Chargers. He added 3 receptions on 4 targets for 33 yards. Piron got the chance to lead the Kansas City backfield with Isaiah Pacheco rested and Clyde Edwards-Helaire used sparingly. He delivered a solid performance with his longest play of the day, going for 25 yards on a reception early in the third quarter. This marked Piron's 5th appearance of the season, though he has regularly played primarily on special teams. If he's active during the Chiefs' postseason run, his role is likely to remain similar. That puts Pacheco and Clyde Edwards-Helaire on the board. So we got to do it alternatively, using our keen wit. Clyde Edwards-Helaire doesn't appear Wednesday on the Chiefs' initial Week 18 injury report. It's old news. Mecole Hardman Jr. recorded 6 receptions on 11 targets for 77 yards in Sunday's win over the Chargers. Hardman saw an increased role due to Travis Kelce and Rashee Rice being sidelined for rest purposes. Hardman led the team in targets, receptions, and yards, highlighted by long gains of 37 and 14 yards. While he isn't likely to replicate this performance in the wildcard round, Hardman may have earned himself a rotational role in the offense as the Chiefs continue to look for reliable pass catchers. What they mentioned? They mentioned Kelce and Rice. Whatever intel we got is the intel we're going to use. Now we're into possible captain territory. Jeff Wilson Jr. It's old fucking news. He did shit last night. I was there. You sucked. 4.5 fucking yards. Fuck your mother. You ain't a captain. Get out of here. Get the fuck out of here with that. Come on. Come on. What we got? 23 minutes to kick off the post. Again, I was there last night. He did shit. He continues to do shit. We will not waste the lineup space. Durham Smythe. Again, this guy, he's not a captain. He's a fucking 6 card at best. Can't do it. Can't burn the fucking money. He's 10 large on the fucking line here. But this is why we got to click these guys, you know? Kadarius Toney. Ruled out of Sunday's game against the Saints. Again, old news. And we don't like this guy. He sucks my asshole in the most rotund ways. Dolphins D, of course, they get a captain's chair. Richie James. Richie James. He has been relevant in a while. However, this guy could come, for some reason, I gotta captain him. This guy has come up big before. He's come up fucking big for the Giants. He's come up big for the fucking He was on the Niners when he like. Point is, the man's come up big before. Yeah, he stays. He stays. Richie James stays. Chiefs D, of course, stays. Justin Watson piled one reception on 3 targets for 41 yards during Sunday's win over the Bengals. Old news, but he was rested. Watson is a seemingly, oddly enough, a favorite of Mahomes. The stats don't show the same. However, we got to take a chance. So Chiefs, Watson stays. Cedric Wilson Jr. caught 2 passes for 27 yards and 1 touchdown on foot. See, again, it's old news. It's old news. I was there last night. He did raisin shit. However, I don't know. I want to pull him. Like to pull him. That's it. He did 10 points in that one fucking game. The guy does nothing. He does nothing. Waddle was out and he did nothing. Fuck him. I'm not wasting the fucking $3. You know what I just did, though? You know, I just guaranteed the fucking guy's going to pop off. Jason Saunders converted both of his field goal attempts in his only extra point try. Again, this is old fucking cocksucking news. They haven't put the reports in yet, so by 2 points, you know what? He's a kicker. He gets a captain's chair. Bucker gets a captain's chair. Regardless, Bucker made both field goal attempts in his lone extra point try in Sunday's win over the Chargers. Bucker first connected from 22 yards out before making a 41-yard attempt with 54 seconds left in the game, which gave Kansas City the victory. The Georgia Tech product of the stellar campaign, missing just 2 times on 35 field goal attempts this season, good for 94% conversion rate. Yeah, Bucker's the shit. As much of the shit as a fucking piece of shit asshole kicker can be. The Chiefs elevated Olakun to the active roster Saturday. The South Dakota product is joining the Chiefs' active roster to ensure depth at quarterback, with Pat Mahomes likely missing the team's regular season finale. Olakun has yet to appear in an NFL game, but he spent the entire year on Kansas City's practice squad and is expected to back up Blaine Gabbert. That's old news. Doesn't count. Old news, stricken from the record. Yeah, this was before the game. Again, old shit. Old shit news. We make that relevant, I make it all relevant. Nobody's talked about Mike White in 8 fucking years. Blaine Gabbert completed 15 to 30 passes for 154 yards, no touchdowns, and 1 interception in Sunday's win over the Chargers. He added 5 rushes for 46 yards. The Chiefs locked in the number 3 seed in the Week 17, so they opted to sit a number of their starters in Sunday's win. Pat Mahomes was among the inactives, which allowed Gabbert to appear in his second game of the season. He posted an uninspiring stat line but did manage to lead the team on a game-winning drive late in the fourth quarter. But primarily based on the few scrambles that picked up a combined 39 yards, he'll find himself back on the bench through the Chiefs' postseason run. Pat Mahomes. Jalen Waddle. Coach Mike McDaniel said he's optimistic Waddle will be able to play in Saturday's playoff game against the Chiefs. Waddle pushed to play Week 18 against the Bills, but Miami's medical staff advised against it, suggesting he could do more harm than good. The week of rest sounds like it'd be good for Waddle, who's battled various minor injuries for most of the season. The Dolphins need all hands on deck on offense with their defense losing significant starters and contributors to injuries. Isaiah Pacheco, 18 minutes to kick off. Pacheco is listed as active for Sunday's game against the Chargers. See, this is old news. He didn't play. Or did he play? No, he didn't play. They sat him, so irrelevant. Travis Kelce has been ruled out for Sunday's regular season finale against the Chargers. Again, it's his old fucking news. Raheem Mostert said Monday that he's optimistic we'll be able to play in Saturday's playoff game versus the Chiefs. McDaniel said Mostert and Jalen Waddle both pushed to play against the Bills in Week 18, but doctors advised against it, saying both players could do more damage. It sounds like a week off is what Mostert and Waddle needed. With all the injuries at the defensive side of the ball for Miami, it needs all the help it can get on offense. Should Mostert play, he and Devin Achane should carry the bulk of the load out of the backfield, with Jeff Wilson in tow as the third ball carrying option. That is 2 for Waddle. Achane is on the board. Jeff Wilson is on the board. Evan Ashane rushed 10 times for 56 yards and a touchdown in Sunday's loss to Buffalo. Regular starter Raheem Mostert missed his second game in as many weeks due to multiple lower body injuries, which also opened the door for Ashane to continue operating as Miami's lead back, while also scoring the team's lone rushing touchdown Sunday. The explosive rookie unfathomably neared 1,000 combined yards from scrimmage while scoring 10 total touchdowns, despite spending a good portion of his 10 active games operating in a change of pace role behind Mostert. Ashane was already an exciting prospect in fantasy, but he could really put his name out there with a couple of big runs in the national stage against the Chiefs when the playoffs begin on Saturday. Well, hell yeah. Mostert's on the board. Rashee Rice is listed as out for Sunday's game against the Chargers. Again, old goddamn fucking news. Tua completed 17 of 27 pass attempts for 173 yards, one touchdown, and two interceptions in Sunday's loss to the Bills. Tagovailoa started and ended Miami's 9 offensive possessions with drive-killing interceptions as the Miami Dolphins slid back into the final wildcard spot, while the Bills crowned themselves as AFC champs. AFC East. The bulk of Tua's meager fantasy production came over the course of two methodical touchdown drives in the second quarter. Outside of that, every other offensive drive for the Dolphins ended in either a punt or an interception. Tagovailoa has now thrown 4 picks over his last two combined games, matching his total thrown over the previous night's contest combined. The Alabama product finishes the 2023 regular season completing 69% of his passes for a league-leading 4,624 passing yards to go along with 29 touchdowns and 14 interceptions. Tua will attempt to end his recent slump when the Dolphins visit the Chiefs on Saturday, the start of the playoffs. See, the problem is all these stories are about them sitting out, so I feel like we got to read them. We got to read them because we got no fucking data here. All right, go back down. Give me all those Chiefs. Every Chief with a fucking tag on them. These are recent. We read about Justin Ross. We read P. Ryan. We read Hardman. We got 14 minutes to kick off. We got time. Tony, fuck you. Butker. Did we read Butker? Yes, we did. All right. Did we read Butker? Made the field goal. Okay, yeah. All right, back over here. We read Gabbert, so we'll start with Mr. Aludakun. Yeah, it's only got a few guys we missed. The Chiefs elevated Aludakun to the active roster Saturday. The South Dakota State product is joining the Chiefs' active roster to ensure depth at quarterback, with Pat Mahomes likely missing the team's regular season finale. See, now we know the impact they have because what they mentioned. So fuck it, we got the data. Aludakun is yet to appear in an NFL game, but he spent the entire year on Kansas City's practice squad and expected to back up Blaine Gabbert. That's two from Mahomes. Gabbert on the board. We need the data. So Gabbert we read, which we got Mahomes from. So Pacheco we skipped. Isaiah Pacheco is listed as active for Sunday's game against the Chargers. After missing practice Wednesday, Pacheco logged limited sessions Thursday and Friday before approaching the contest listed as questionable. Though the running back is not among the Chiefs listed in active Sunday, the team is locked into the number 3 seed in the AFC playoffs. So it's possible Pacheco sees little to no action in Kansas City's regular season finale. With that in mind, Ian Rappaport of the NFL Network suggested that Pacheco may only be used on an emergency basis versus Los Angeles. In such a scenario, Clyde Edwards-Helaire and LaMichael Pirine would be in line to lead Kansas City's backfield, with an eye towards protecting Pacheco's health ahead of the postseason. That's two for Edwards-Helaire. Pirine's on the board. And I feel like I skipped Edwards-Helaire, didn't I? I did. I skipped Edwards-Helaire. So who do we have? We still got Kelsey, Rice, and Mahomes, but we skipped a few other fuckers. Fuck me. Look for the cards. Got Ross. Ingram. He skipped Ingram, right? Because he didn't play, or was it really old news? This is really old. That's not even before the game. That's too old. That's New Year's fucking day. You read Pirine. Okay, what about Scantling? Did we skip Scantling? That's against Cincinnati, so that's definitely old news. Allaire? All right, so we got to read this one. Edwards-Helaire doesn't appear Wednesday on the Chiefs' initial injury report. Edwards-Helaire missed the team's Week 17 win over the Bengals due to an illness, but he was apparently back to full health as the Chiefs began Week 18 prep. With Kansas City locked in as the number 3 seed in the AFC playoffs regardless of how the Week 18 games play out, a healthy Edwards-Helaire could be in store for another expanded role Sunday against the Chargers, along with several of the team's other reserves. Top running back Isaiah Pacheco sat out Wednesday's practice and may be headed for a limited workload, regardless of whether he's active for Sunday's contest. It's 2 for Pacheco. It's a hard one we read. Tony has been ruled out ahead of Sunday's game against the Chargers. Tony and Rashee Rice are the only Chiefs skill position players ruled out for Week 18 for the injury-related reasons. But with Kansas City reluctant as the number 3 seed in the AFC playoffs, heading into the regular season finale, quarterback Pat Mahomes and several other key contributors are expected to be rested for the contest or play only limited snaps. Given that Tony hasn't played since Week 15 and regressed from limited practice participation to no participation, it's far from a lock that he'll be ready to play for the following week, when the Chiefs host the yet-to-be-determined opponent in the wildcard round. Tony finishes the regular season with 27 catches for 169 yards and a touchdown on 38 targets to go with 11 carries and 31 yards over 13 appearances. That's 3 for Mahomes. That's 2 for Rice. All right, continuing on. James had nothing there. It was old news. Watson, was that old news? Bengals, yes, old news. So Butker we read. All caught up here. 10 minutes to kick off. We read Pacheco, right? Kelsey. I feel like we're all caught up now. Travis Kelsey has been ruled out for Sunday's regular season finale against the Chargers. Kelsey was limited in all 3 of Kansas City's practices this week, but approached the contest without any injury designation. However, with the Chiefs locked into the number 3 seed in the AFC playoffs, the star tight end will end up being rested Sunday along with other key starters such as quarterback Pat Mahomes. In his absence, Noah Gray and Blake Bell are slated to serve as the team's tight ends. Kelsey will finish the 2023 campaign with 93 catches for 984 yards and 5 touchdowns over 15 games, spelling an end to his streak of 7 consecutive seasons of at least 1,000 receiving yards. 4 from Mahomes. Gray is on the board. And Bell is on the board. Most that we read, a shame we read. Rashee Rice. Listed as out for Sunday's game against the Chargers. Rice is one of the 4 players the Chiefs have ruled out for Week 18 due to injury-related reasons. Though with Kansas City already assured the number 3 seed in the playoffs, other key contributors like quarterback Pat Mahomes are expected to be rested for most of the game. Provided he doesn't experience a setback with his hamstring during practices next week, Rice should be good to go for the Chiefs' home game during the wild card round of the playoffs. The second-round pick out of SMU emerged as the Chiefs' number 1 receiver down the stretch of his rookie campaign and finishes the regular season with 79 catches for 938 yards and 7 touchdowns on 102 targets over 16 games. He's a beast. But is he injured? That is 5 from Mahomes. Well, we know Mahomes. It's a given. Everybody loves the old Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes has been downgraded as out for Sunday's game against the Chargers in a coaching decision. The Chiefs officially listed Mahomes as doubtful for the regular season finale upon his release of Friday's injury report, which came after Andy Reid said earlier this week that the star quarterback would be rested in Week 18. Though Mahomes was listed with an ankle injury, the Chiefs' latest update indicates that the 2-time NFL MVP isn't dealing with a health concern. Kansas City is locked in as the number 3 seed in the AFC playoffs, so it comes as little surprise that Mahomes won't suit up Sunday. Blaine Gabbert will make his first start of the NFL season Week 18, while practice squad call-up Chris Salutacoon serves as his backup. Mahomes will return to action in the wild card round of the playoff against the Dolphins. That's 2 for Gabbert. And Salutacoon's on the board. Let's count these votes. So Waddle's the only Dolphin mentioned twice. So we're going to fade Hill. And as for the Chiefs side, we got Mahomes 5 times, Gabbert twice as the backup. Rasheed Rice twice. Clyde Edwards-Helaire twice. Pacheco twice. So I'm thinking, let's lose Helaire. Unless he's getting in this fucking game. How do we feel about Mahomes, Waddle? Well, Mahomes, Pacheco, and Waddle. Mahomes, Rice, Pacheco, Waddle. There's our four. Maybe we fit Helaire. We'll see. Mahomes, Rice, Pacheco, Waddle. Do it. Mahomes. Where's Pacheco? Rice, Pacheco, Waddle. All right, let's do it. We got 6 minutes to post. Mahomes, and then we got, where's it? Rice, Pacheco, Waddle. Mahomes, Rice, Pacheco, Waddle. There he is. Mahomes, Pacheco, Waddle. I got a Shane along with Mahomes. Rice, Pacheco, Waddle. Mahomes, Rice, Pacheco, Waddle. Mahomes, Rice, Pacheco, Waddle. You got Pacheco in there already. So Mahomes, Rice, Waddle. I got Waddle along with Mahomes, Rice, and Pacheco. You got Butker up here along with Mahomes, Rice, Pacheco, Waddle. Look at that. 45 left. Let's just start clicking them motherfuckers up. Chiefs fucking D. This is a slaughter stack. Good old fashioned slaughter stack, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get these in, get these lineups in. Saunders, along with Mahomes, Rice, Pacheco, Waddle. 48 left. What do we got? Cedric Wilson Jr., Justin Watson. Going Chiefs D again. Defense against the captain. Always the wildest pick. Justin Watson, along with Mahomes, Rice, Pacheco, Waddle. 6 G's left over. Enough for Harrison Butker. Bang. Slaughter stacks galore. We got the Chiefs D, along with Mahomes, Rice, Pacheco, Waddle. Enough left over once again for Harrison Butker. Running some slaughter stacks for that 10 grand, baby. Richie James Jr., along with Mahomes, Rice, Pacheco, Waddle. With enough left over for once again, Harrison Butker. Essentially just running the same core, switching out those captains, and trying to get lucky on that fucking 6 card. Dolphins D, along with Mahomes, Rice, Pacheco, Waddle. Still not enough for Kelsey, so we just keep going and grabbing Butker. So now we got an open. We got all what 5 open lineups here. So really quick, I have to do always got to do my Mahomes slaughter stack. So I actually have Tyreek Hill to put in there now. I have Hardman too. Holy shit, I got the whole original lineup here. And Helaire. Finish it out with Butker. Fucking A. A Chiefs slaughter stack with Tyreek Hill as my lone Dolphin. Oh, that could work. And then I want a Tyreek Hill captain with 5 Chiefs underneath. So Hill at captain, Mahomes, Kelsey. Literally, I'm grabbing Hardman. and Allaire with Butker underneath. Clyde Edwards-Helaire will be low owned. When he came in for Pacheco, I was right fucking there. I finished 29th fucking place. If he'd have ran them in for the fucking touchdown instead of kicking a stupid fucking field goal. Oh, don't get me started. Just don't get me fucking started. All right, well, of course, we're going to pull Waddle out of here. Problem is, we got to take 2 punts, which I'm willing to do for this $3 run here. Question is, which 2 punts? Who's going to be the Trent Sherfield? You don't want to give me Scantling since he sucks my asshole. So we'd have to pull Pacheco in favor of Helaire. Gotta get some money back here. All right, there we go. So now we can grab Butker. With a G left over for, oddly enough. Ooh. Thinking River Cray crap. Will he be my Trent Sherfield? Where's it chosen? Fuck it, go Blake Bell. That's what you need right there. Blake Bell. Blake Bell was the 6 card in a 6-figure fucking week 1 takedown versus the Lions. That is my $200 fucking card right there. All right, we got 67 to play with here. You go safe, you can go kicker, you go Butker. Again, you got Scantling as your 6 card, but I got to tell you, I think I'd rather go Blake Bell. You can't get Gray. God, Scantling sucks so much. It's like this the game where he becomes the fucking guy. Does he? Didn't he fucking step up in a playoff game last year, I think? Yeah, he did. He's the 6 card here. It's got to be done. It's got to be done at least there, in that spot. Once. At least once. So here we got Tua with the triplets. Let's take out Rice. Let's go with the kicker. With 600 left over. I mean, Ingram's not playing, right? No, he's not playing. Claypool. Shit. Claypool getting again now. He wasn't. He didn't do shit yes. No, he got one. He got one. He got 2 targets. All right, against Buffalo, he's in. I'll get him to step that shit up in the playoffs. Now, I like to do one of Tua without, not with Waddle, but with Hill. So let's get Tua with Hill, and we're running 5 Chiefs underneath. Run Mahomes. Can we run Kelsey? We can't. That's all right. Give me a layer. Give me Butker. Give me Bell. Can Blake Bell do it again? Can Blake Bell be sitting in the middle of a fucking winning lineup? All right, how many more open lineups we have? Oh shit, the game started already. All right, so we're late. Shit happens. All right, Rice. Really, just comes down to just grabbing fucking Butker. You get 21 left over here. Noah Gray is the 6 card. Absolutely. Essentially, these are all Chief slaughter stacks. A lot of people are just kind of thinking the Dolphins are going in there to get their asses kicked. So let's lose Waddle in this version. And we'll run Butker and Bell. Lose Rice here for Kelsey. And we will put in Scantling as the 6 card. Because no one's taking Scantling. He's awful. Which could be his fucking chance to just rock and roll and do something fucking crazy. Oh, we just miss here. Lose Rice for a Shane. The G left over. River Crate Crab. '86. So we can grab Kelsey and Blake Bell. Now we got Waddle. Let's grab Kelsey and Blake Bell. Blake Bell is going to be my Trent fucking Sherfield. We got 2 lineups left. 2 lineups left. If it's crazy possible, let's run one without Mahomes or Tua. So Kelsey here with weapons. I'm going to take just weapons. Hill and Kelsey here. Let's get Pacheco and a Shane. We can't do Chiefs D. Grand leftover for Craycraft. And finally, this could be Butker and Gray. Bookended tight end. You bet your ass. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. May fate and faith decide your fortune if you should win. Blow your money. New Pharaoh's Lounge Kickstarter, or my website. I don't have a Kickstarter up yet. I